Hello there guys, Pyromania 2012 here, once again, I'm doing yet another Team Fortress 2 gameplay. It's another long one on Payload. I can't remember what map this is, but I'm playing the Demoman. I said before I don't like the Demoman, but this game I think I did particularly well with him. But unfortunately, I had a few teammates that can't play this game to save their life. Anyways, the Demoman is classed as a defensive class, but I don't know why, because he's explosive, so he's used to take out buildings and all that, so I don't know why he is classed as a defensive type. But to be honest, he does suck at close range, so he's not really that good at defense. But anyway, the main reason I'm here is to talk about the Demoman, obviously, because he's actually a good class if you play him right. But if you play him like a heavy, you're gonna get your ass kicked, because he's only got 175 hit points, so he can get taken out by a heavy or a soldier within a few seconds. And as you can see right there, a level 2 sentry just took him out within a matter of seconds. But the Demoman is really offensive with explosives. So if you're being like spawn trapped by a sentry nest, you can just get out a Demoman class and take him out. On my team, I had 2 scouts, one of which was useful. I had another Demoman who becomes useful towards the end, but until then I don't really see much of him. We have 2 spies who don't do anything. We have an engineer who's really helpful, and we also have a sniper who's helpful. So all in all, I had an alright team, except obviously the spies, who get a lot of points for some reason, but they don't do anything. They don't take out the sentries, they don't take out the snipers, which all in all caused us to lose this round of offensive attack on Payload. But earlier today I tried out the Scottish resistant sticky gun, and it sucks. The time it takes to actually detonate your sticky bombs can cost you that life that you're using them. So the ideal class, if you've just started out with Demoman and you've got a few items, just stick with the stock weapons. And if you get the half Zorochi or whatever it's called sword, don't use it, because you can't get rid of it until you've got a kill, which, yeah, half Zatoichiki. Yeah, and because it's honor bound, and you can't put it away until you actually get a kill with it. And right there, I was struggling with a scout, because the Demoman up in close range really sucks. That's why I was relying on my other scouts and the spies to try and help. But one of the scouts did an alright job, but the other scout, the spies just didn't do anything for me this game. And me saying that make me feel really cocky about being good at this game. I'm not at all brilliant at this game. I'm just better than the average free to play player, although I am a premium Steam user. And right there again, the engineer behind the scout that was trying to kill me could have taken the scout out with his shotgun or pistol, which would have helped extremely. As you can see right there, that spy just didn't know what he was doing. He didn't take out any buildings. But as you can see, the sticky bomb gun doesn't really have that much range doesn't really have that much range in firing it. Which sometimes it can come in useful, like there if you want to fire it just up onto a ledge, it'll do that perfectly. And the bottle that you get, you can smash the bottle on the wall, but it doesn't increase the bottle's damage or make it sharper or anything like that. It's just a cosmetic effect, it says. But all in all, it kills in 2, as most melee weapons do. And personally, I think it's one of the best melee weapons for the Demoman. You can get other things like a golf club and a sword and an axe, but if you're a Demoman, you should really be using your explosives more, because that's what your team depend on you for, not for you to run after somebody with a sword. And right here, I'm the only person trying to push this cart, and a scout joins in, and then I get magically taken out by the Demoman, who's been trying to take me out for ages. As you can see right there, I'm not near the top on points, but that's because they've been playing this game for like 3 other rounds. So, they obviously have more points than me. And towards the end, we get a nice little sentry nest built up, but it doesn't really do much. And right here, we're having some connection problems. I'm on 300 ping for some reason, and there I just lag out and get taken out by a sentry. Yeah. And right here, I don't know what the spies are doing, because they disguise, but they're standing in our engineer base thing, which doesn't really give them disguise at all. It just makes them more noticeable for the enemy team. And right here, unless you fire directly at the floor with your explosives, you're never going to get a kill at close range. Unless obviously you pull out your bottle and have extreme accuracy. But that's not really that probable, considering you've picked Demoman for the explosives. And I can name a million other people who are better than me at Demoman. I'm actually not good at playing Demoman, believe it or not. I didn't actually like playing Demoman until today. I've been playing this game since like just before it was free to play. So I've had a bit more experience than some of the people who have just bought this game while it's free to play. I paid for the game like a month before it was free to play, which I believe was last year or the year before. I can't even remember, but I've been playing this game for a while now. It's one of my favourite games to play. My friends think Call of Duty is way better because it's got better graphics and that, but that's the point of Team Fortress 2. It's not a realistic game, it's a balanced game that everybody can play and be good at. So, but unlike Call of Duty, where only a selection are amazing at it. That's one of the reasons why I like this game better than most games. And at the moment, we've got our car into like a little deadlock zone, which nobody can put, which we don't end up pushing it out of. We end up pushing it a little bit further, but then it just gets stuck. And we've got a guy on his microphone telling the spies to take out the snipers and things like that, but they don't take any notice. They just continue running around doing nothing. And obviously the enemy have got spies that actually kill people, rather than our spies who just stand around doing absolutely nothing. And this sniper, later on he pulls out an actual sniper rifle rather than using the huntsman against the people who are using the Machina and the Sydney Sleeper, which greatly dominate the huntsman in accuracy and power. But right here, this is where the cart gets stuck, because we've got because underneath a little ledge, they put sentries down, and you can't access it without being in view of the sentries. So I can't get down there and try to take them out without being shot and taken out by the sentries, which, as I said before, this is a class as defensive class, so it's not got that much hit points. That many hit points, sorry. So, and right there, I'm communicating with my team, telling them that the engineer is a spy, because I thought him change. But of course, nobody goes and finds out the spy. The Demoman has quite a lot of has like 4 secondary weapons out there other than the stock one. You've got 2 shields which allow you to charge, and you've got a sticky jumper and the scorch resistance, which I think is the worst secondary that a Demoman can have, because a Demoman needs to detonate his stickies when he needs to. But unfortunately, the scorch resistance makes you have a respawn, lets you have a 0.8 seconds longer priming time, which you have to wait 0.8 seconds longer than the normal sticky bomb launcher to detonate, and that 0.8 seconds can make a huge difference when you're being ran at by scouts and pyros, which happens a lot here, but I'm not using the scorch resistance, thankfully. But for some reason I end up dominating a scout going by the name of Blastoise, which is unbelievable, because it's one of the only times I've played as Demoman, and I've actually dominated someone, which is good. And right here, this is where we sort of like spend the last 6 minutes of the game, because right underneath where I'm standing are a bunch of sentries and the opposite sides are snipers. So we're sort of in a stalemate, or they're sort of in checkmate here. And right there I find out they've got sentries, and in a few minutes somebody else in the team becomes an engineer and puts up more sentries. So we had no chance of winning that unless the spies actually did something. And right there, we obviously had a spy or someone come and take out our teleporter that the engineer built. But right here, I'm laying a trap for the pyro, thinking he's going to come around the corner, and he doesn't. And in the end, it's just a soldier which I end up taking out. Which I didn't actually kill him, I just finished him off. He must have fallen off a ledge or something, or blown himself up. See, and the payload carts rolling back, and they just push up back towards our spawn. And we only end up pushing it back to where it was, basically, before the sentries take us out again. In the next round, when we're defending, we actually successfully defend, because we had like 3 engineers in that same spot with sentries, so they could never get past. And towards the end, I think the Demoman becomes a heavy and tries to take out all the snipers, but he doesn't succeed, because when he jumps down, he just gets absolutely pooped on by the sentries, because obviously sentries can take out heavies in like 3 seconds if it's a level 3 heavy. If they would only have built, like, if they would have been using the, I can't remember what it's called, the engineer item where it only lets you build a small quick building sentry, we could have won it, but they weren't using the gunslinger. Unfortunately. And right there, one sticky bomb takes out, I think it was a half-injured sniper. Which is good. At the top 3 people on the team are a sniper. In 3rd place, the 1st place is an engineer, purely because of teleports and his mini sentries, because he's using the gunslinger. And in 2nd place, it's a scout, because he just rushes in there, jumps over he double jumps the gap, so the sentries don't have that much time to react. And right here we just get a spy gets into our sort of base of operations, if you want to call it that. But the engineer handles it and takes it out. And right here I think I took one for the team, basically, and jumped down and took out the soldier who was throwing rockets into our little campy spot there. But of course they've got 2 sentries now, and I get taken out just as quickly. Right now I'm trying to find out a way to see if I can get to it, but every time I step out I either get taken out by a soldier or a sniper. Then if I jump down to get out their way, I just get killed by these sentries. Right here, this guy, he was away from his computer for like half the game, then comes back and gets in everybody's way. Like that, they've got scouts and snipers, so we had no chance of getting anybody across. If our scouts tried to go across, they could either get taken out by snipers or by other scouts or the soldier. But right here, I nearly died, but thanks to the engineer, who's actually doing something good, he helps the team out. But right here we got a heavy who gets killed, but no, we got an engineer who gets backstabbed, and then a heavy who gets killed like straight after, which is I have to say the fastest time I've ever seen a heavy get taken out, which is a record for him. But the rest of this game's sort of competitive, sort of really repetitive. Like, I try and fire some grenades and then get taken out sooner or later. Alright, here I think I'm going to get away with getting out of there so I can get back in and take out the sentries and maybe win it, but that doesn't happen. Anyways, if we get a few people watching these, I'd appreciate if you guys could leave comments telling me what I could do to make these videos better, and any ideas for videos, which would be greatly appreciated, because at the moment I'm just playing and recording and talking over them about the gameplay, which I'm sure will get on everybody's nerves eventually. But right here, I was going to try and tell the spies to take out these sentries, but I thought it was just going to be a waste of time, because even a soldier on our team couldn't take out a scout. I don't know who became the soldier, but it obviously didn't do good. So right here, we've got 30 seconds and we're getting taken out by a scout. We're getting flanked and rushed by a scout, and I think, oh, I can take this scout out, but he gets crits on his scatter gun and just takes us out. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'd appreciate if you could like the video, and see you later.